In this review, we're going to be looking at the DC Multiverse Green Lantern Parallax 0 Hour in Crisis Glow-in-the-Dark Edition. This is the Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark Parallax figure, and I have to say I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark. I love glow-in-the-dark figures, so I kind of couldn't really pass up on it. On the back of the box, you really got this nice artwork of Parallax, and the front of the box is pretty simple. There's just the Green Lantern logo, Parallax 0 Hour Crisis in Time, McFarlane toys in green, limit to 5,100 pieces. Gold label up top for getting it from Amazon. Of course, mine got dinged. Yay, Amazon exclusive. DC logo up top. It slides off to reveal the figure. And we get the card stand, figure stand with the Green Lantern logo, power battery, some energy effects, a collector card with the same artwork that's on the back of the box, and the figure. Let's go ahead and free them up from the plastic tray here. We get the little snips out. Here we have Hal Jordon, the Parallax, outside the plastic tray, and with accessories, he's got his energy effects, figure stand, a power battery, a card holder with the card with the same artwork on the back of the box, and a little bit of issue here on the chest right off the bat. You got some kind of weird molding issues. The circle here is warped. This is warped. Nice quality control there, especially on a limited piece. And he comes with a power battery that he can't hold. He doesn't have any alternate hands. They're both fist hands. So I guess we give this to the other one, which has a grip hand. But the glow-in-the-dark feature, which actually isn't really all that bright on this figure. I'm used to glow-in-the-dark figures really glowing, and this one, it don't really seem to glow a lot. Speaking of, well, we can go ahead and just try it out. The camera is actually making it look like it's glowing much more than it actually is, because it's got a night mode. In person, this thing is barely glowing. Kind of disappointing for a glow-in-the-dark figure to not hardly glow, but according to camera, it looks great, but that's not what it is in reality. One thing that I do like the fact, he actually painted the hair correctly this time. It's actually brown with the gray streaks on the previous version. He painted the hair black for some reason. This looks more like Kyle when he became the Parallax. So, I don't know. With the paint jobs being different too, this just looks more reminiscent of Kyle compared to this one. But it doesn't have the molding defects like this one. The molds are exactly the same molds between the two, other than this one has a grip hand, this one has two fist hands, which means this one can't hold the lantern. I'm a little disappointed with how little this thing glows. Being a glow-in-the-dark figure, it's like one of the key selling features of your figure, the glow-in-the-dark, and it does not glow very well. The best thing about this thing is the properly painted hair. It actually makes it look like Hal. A really big disappointment with the molding defect on right there on the front and center of the chest, the circle, and there, and being a limited piece. There's no getting a replacement for it. Articulation, standard DC Multiverse articulation. You got the double ball peg neck. You got the ball peg shoulders on hinges. And the little cups that simulate butterfly joints, which it doesn't actually have butterfly joints. They're just long pegs. Those cups just hide the gaps. You get a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. And this effect will not stay on either. That's why I had it up built into an elbow. You get the import style joints at the wrist and ankles, just not done as well. You get they rotate and hinge, and depending on where you have the hand on that, depends on if it's so you can actually change the hinge on that with the rotation, but you'll have to hold the joint, move the hand, or pop the hands off and put them back on where you want them. You got a diaphragm joint up top, leans back, leans forward. You can rotate a little bit at that joint, but with sculpt, it doesn't allow too much movement. You can tilt side to side, ball joint to the waist, which rotates there, tilt side to side, and you can crunch like this, and back like this. Universal style joints at the hips with the diaper overlay. You get the full splits. Goes forward this much. Goes back this much. There's no rotation. If they would clearance it out, you can actually would be able to get some rotation there, but where they make the hips, you get like not even an eighth of an inch turn. Double joint knees. Get you up to here. But they're quite ugly when you use them. You get the ankles, like I mentioned, like they're like import style ankles. I don't know why they just can't do like everybody else is doing a hinged ankle, and it would look so much better and function so much better, because these don't really line up really well. The ratchets sometimes don't stop where they need to, but you get a hinge up and down, and you get some pivots and some toe articulation. The articulation on these figures are very awkward, but it's glow in the dark. That's why I bought it. Guilty pleasure. And that's why that's like very disappointing. It doesn't glow very well. And like I mentioned, the articulation is very awkward. It's hard to get him to stand. For example, the joints on this ankle here. There's ratchets in these ankles. There is a position, and there's a position. It does not stop flat-footed. These things are horrible. You need to quit using these things. Same way over here. Angled flat. And I noticed this leg has a warp. Compared to the other one here. That leg is a little more straighter. It's still got a curve to it, but it matches this curve. This one has a more extreme bow to it, which also adds to the part of not standing up properly. So I got two warps on this figure. Up here on the chest, and down here on the leg. And the horrible ankles that won't let it stand. And just to show this doesn't glow very well compared to other glow-in-the-dark figures, here's a really old Master Universe Classics Scare Glow. Let's see which one glows more. I think we see a definitive winner there. Scare Glow being almost 2 decades glowed and glows so much more than this thing. Yeah, this is not a great figure. The whole selling factor was the glow-in-the-dark feature, and it doesn't really glow that much. All around, it's a disappointing purchase. Between the molding defects and it doesn't glow, I don't know. I'll probably end up just putting this head on the other body and be done with it. And I don't know, have an extra set of hands. I don't know what I'll do with it. But anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.